You gotta understand what this station meant to young dudes coming out the street. Like, this is the station. This is Hot 97. First off, so to be able to even meet a DJ, you know, back then it was like K Slay. He was the closest to the street. Still is. Like, if you knew, Hood introduced me to K Slay, and it was like we knew that he was gonna be here at 11:45ish. It was mayhem downstairs to try to pass your CD to K-Slay because everybody in the city was trying to pull up. It got so crazy, we were just talking about it. K-Slay said, yo, listen, don't meet me in front of the station. Meet me at the McDonald's.
From New York and on the new Hot 97 app, Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ebro in the morning, beautiful Laura Styles and Rosenberg and our brother Maino back in the building. Give it up, give it up, give it up.
Hey.
Yo!
Back where it all started.
Yeah. Now listen, you got a project. EP,
right
Party and Pain, just dropped.
Yeah.
Record with Fat Joe and Future.
Fat Joe, my man Fresh, he on the hook. No,
why you make up Future?
I thought it was Future on there.
Who said that? Sound like Future?
I thought when I first heard
good.
it. Sounds good.
Sounds really good.
Who's Fresh? That's Fresh on there?
Yeah, it's Fresh.
Not Fresher?
Nah. New guy.
Another guy.
New guy, new energy, young guy, new guy.
So it's not even Fresher from Brooklyn?
Nah.
It's fresh, bro. Fresh.
Fam, I'm trying to keep up here, B.
Yeah, trying to keep up. It's a new artist every fucking day.
Fam,
It's hard.
I know.
We was just reminiscing about 2003.
That's
when
true.
Maino
You know
first
what?
got
You were
home.
just living another time.
I was living in another era,
you just
another
got
time.
stuck in the era just now.
And then we got Hood here. Hood, I used to have to pat Hood down.
Well, his name's Hood. Let's start there.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's the type of dude you got to just make sure. He tell you good in the hood. You got to be like, why you saying I'm good in the hood?
Yeah, why am I good?
Why?
Yeah.
What did you do? Now you want to hold that over my head. Let me pat you down real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'd be like, yo, let's go over here to West 8th. Nah, I'm not going over there to West 8th with you. I'm not doing that.
You were saying, though, when you first started, this station was a scene outside every time you show up.
First of all, you gotta understand what this station meant to young dudes coming out the street. Like, this is the station. This is Hot 97. First off, so to be able to even meet a DJ, you know, back then it was like K Slay. He was the closest to the street. Still is. Like, if you knew, Hood introduced me to K Slay, and it was like we knew that he was gonna be here at 11:45ish. It was mayhem downstairs to try to pass your CD to K-Slay because everybody in the city was trying to pull up. It got so crazy, we were just talking about it. K-Slay said, yo, listen, don't meet me in front of the station. Meet me at the McDonald's.
On Varick.
On Varick, that's a fact.
Because I had to shut down because it was cars. People was just pulling
Yeah,
cars and
yeah.
motorcycles up front.
It was crazy.
And people would just open their doors and play their music and was
Yeah.
hanging out shooting music
Yeah,
videos.
yeah,
Now,
everything
my
outside.
question is, how does Slay even, if he showed up at quarter of, how do you even get inside if he has people trying to stop him?
No, you couldn't go inside.
Nah.
No, and by the way, I want to say to anybody who started outside on the street in the radio station, that was how you started. I want to say first, it was never disrespectful.
Nah.
It was never disrespectful. And it never got out of control. It was never violent. People respected.
It was just too many people.
It was just literally a fire hazard.
Right,
Like,
it was just
like,
a lot of hungry dudes. You
Yeah.
understand? So you know what it is. Like, dudes want to get on, and it's like, this is Hot 97, so this is the staple in New York City in the rap game, period. So dudes want to get on. Dudes is thirsty. We got all the premier DJs. This is like my first chance at being heard on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
So it used to just be crazy.
now, Maino, you started that. You was a part of that
I was
movement.
I
You
was a
had
part
just
of
got
that.
home.
Yeah, I was one of those guys. I
And-
was every night, like the Monday.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
the
that was
Tuesday night.
because we had midnight mixtapes.
Exactly, the whole week.
Yeah, that was a great
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But now, how do you feel about things now? Because now you don't have to, as a young artist, you got to kind of just wait around on the internet now for
Right,
somebody to follow.
but you know what? After a while, you start to understand the internet, and you see how how good it is. Like, you just push a button, your music can go everywhere.
Right.
Right.
But do you feel like it's I feel like it's gotten to a point now on the internet with artists coming up where people, the fans know the difference between the bullshit and the real shit.
Indeed.
I mean, there's still bullshit that gets a lot of views and people try to sell their views and whatever.
It's
whatever,
always
but-
gonna be that.
Yeah.
But you know what? The thing about the internet is, like, there's no rites of passage. It's like you could just basically go in your grandmother's basement and then with the Pro Tools make a record. It might be something catchy. Put it out on the internet, and it might just become a hit because it might just go viral. We don't know what makes it go viral. It just might be a dance, a phrase, or whatever it is, and instantly this dude that was just in the basement now is like a star. You understand? So that's the thing. That's the good and bad with the internet, because is he really an artist? maybe not.
I mean, he might develop. Look, we've seen artists develop like over time, right?
Right.
Like we've been having a conversation for several weeks about New York and about how every year for the last 4 years, there's been an artist to come out of New York that's had a huge record.
Indeed.
You know, Bobby Shmurda, Designer, Cardi B,
Young and May.
Young and May. You know, 2 Milli had a little run in
That's
there.
right.
The Milli Rock dance was
That's right.
big.
Still
You know?
here. The Milli Rock is still here.
Still a part of it.
Yeah.
But the follow-ups, the actual, after you get the hit song coming back, you did a great job working with Atlantic Records. You sold, I was just looking at it on here.
4 million.
4 million. 4 million digital sales globally. But you also went out and worked with songwriters and worked with Swizz and got producers and
But that's being an artist, though.
Okay.
Because, you know, every great artist collaborated with people that was, you know, that was good at what they did. You know, it might be a dude in there that's good at hooks, you know, and you want to be in a room full of people that got it. You understand, that's bringing something to the table. So I know me, because it was a time when I felt like I wasn't even a rapper. So I wanted to be in a room full of people that it was like a pot everybody could put in. You understand? Everybody, this dude good at hooks, this dude is great at beats, he's good at ideas. Come on, everybody come in the studio, let's get it.
Do you feel like artists are exercising that the right way these days when you see these young artists that you're working with? Because you continue to be in Brooklyn, making sure that you're collaborating, going to see, I follow you on Instagram, you have meetings with artists, you up there, I see you're a motivational speaker on Instagram now. I'm seeing all types of shit you're
All
doing.
type of
But
shit.
I think that's your way of being like, yo, I've had some success.
Right.
I'm still in the game.
Right.
My kids and family's healthy, bills are paid. Let me tell you how to.
Right. This is
That's
how I
your
move.
version
Right,
of
right.
giving back.
Right.
Do you
Right.
feel like you seeing your work and your efforts and your ability to share? Is it helping the young artists?
A lot of times with the younger artists, because everything happens so fast, it's hard to talk. It's hard to reach them sometimes because it goes from 0 to 60 fast. It's like I just went from being on the block. Now, Khaled is calling me to come out on his set, so they become stars instantly. So sometimes it's harder to reach them. But I share things just life general, because it's like this game is so full of fuck shit that I feel like it's a void with the whole social media. It's just the way the country is, the stupid ass president we got. Like, it's just so much fuck shit going on. So when I share something, it's like, it's simple, right? But because we haven't been hearing it in so long, that it feels like, wow, like it's a void for it, you know? So that's why I do it.
There's also a conversation that's been happening on Flex's show a lot, which I'm sure you're watching, where you know, it kind of started around that Tupac Biggie thing, where Flex was talking about how the story of Tupac,
Right.
you know, what was if Tupac didn't lie, Biggie died, which everybody was like, yo, my man, Flex, what are you
Right.
talking about?
It's a long time ago.
It was
There's a lot of stuff
And why are you
happening.
doing this right now? But in there, what I talked to Flex about frequently was, I was like, but I think what you're trying to say is, there's revisionist history that takes place where people remember Pac as this dude who was, you know, out here just wilding and going hard, when really he was a dope artist who
Right.
made dope music,
Right.
got affiliated with some wrong dudes, and some street shit took place.
Right.
Because it was the 90s and the streets and the music thing, and you
Indeed.
had young dudes making millions, and the streets was right on they neck, and shit got crazy fast and shit got out of control.
Indeed.
And so the story gets remixed.
Right.
You know, I've been watching Flex interview and talking to, you know, street dudes around the Outpost story, and dudes being like, well, Outpost wasn't the man, and he was a snitch, and he was this, and this happened, But you as a dude that comes from the streets,
Right.
do you find yourself having to talk to young people about what really happened in the streets and how it really, because a lot of these dudes get, you know, it still happens today, dudes, you know, sell a couple of little somethings and they think they was running the block, and then they get on records talking all this grease. And he was like, fam, you was an errand boy. Somebody gave you a couple of little packs, you made a couple of little somethings, you was
Right.
really not doing
right.
it. Like, do you
Right.
ever find yourself really having to coach people through that? Because the game is different now. Nobody's
Yeah.
really doing it like that in the drug game as it was.
I mean, you know, you always gonna have, you know, dudes that's getting a few dollars, like really getting a few dollars, and then dudes that's really not. It's the minority It's the minority though. It's always been a minority of people that's really getting real
That's
some
right.
real
It's only a
change.
couple.
It's
Only a
always been
couple.
everybody else. We was just basically trying to figure it out, and that's just what it is. But through social media, we could be whoever we want to be now. You understand? Everybody wants to look like or feel like or even be associated with anything that looks like success, whether it be money or, cars.
But you don't find yourself having that conversation trying to coach people like, yo,
Nah.
fam, stop lying. You ain't got to lie. Or you ain't got
not
to
so
live
much.
something that's not your truth.
You know what? I say that to my young guys that's around me. DOD and a lot of young artists that's around us. Be yourself. People gonna love you for who you are. Like soon as you start stepping outside of that is when you get into dangerous grounds. The truth gonna be the truth. It's only one. You understand? So what if it don't come out in the wash, it's gonna come out in the rinse, baby. You understand what I'm talking about? Listen, be who you is. Just that simple.
Yeah, but he's not calling up random dudes he sees acting
Nah,
fake and being like, "Hey, can I coach you to not be a fake little bitch?"
I'm not.
That's not Maino's job.
You're right,
Offer that service.
you're right.
Nah, I'm not offering that service. Not at all. You're gonna, and plus, listen, you can't fool the people. The people gonna pick up on what's authentic and what's put together. You understand? And what's been doctored. So you can't fool them. You can't fool them.
You still out in the clubs a lot? You still in the strip clubs a lot?
Yeah. It's starting to become part of the job, right?
Yeah, so you gotta go to the popular places.
And plus, I've been working on something different in the strip clubs. I'm working on this documentary of my own,
Okay.
Yeah, with this whole bartending culture and stuff like that. So, I've been shooting that all summer. Actually, we're gonna be shooting later on today. I've been
Is you talking about hot women bartenders?
New York created its own version of the strip club culture, right? That's a Southern thing. So when Southern music became popular music in the country, we took on that culture. Making it rain, twerking, all that slang and strip club culture, right? But we created our own subculture with the bartenders. That is only here. The bartenders here in New York City become like celebrities. Dudes go to the strip clubs to see the bartenders. Specifically, these bartenders become like...
And also because the girls don't really get naked like they do in the South anyway, and the bartenders oftentimes is
Hotter than the
better
dancers.
looking than the girls
But
dancing.
a lot of the bartenders look just like the strippers, but it's something about the allure about them. So I've been documenting the whole thing this whole summer because it's just a different type of story. Like this only goes on in New York City. Whole nother culture, because people from the South, they come here and don't even understand it. They like, what? What do you mean? Bartenders, listen, the bar used to be the place where dudes went because they couldn't get in VIP. Now the bar is VIP. If you spend time going into these clubs, then you'd be like, oh, it'll blow your mind. They got reserved signs on the bar now.
At the bar.
Yeah, it's like the bar is the VIP. It's like where all the action is at because people want to be in front of these famous bartenders. And it's dope. Like what I've been shooting is really, really dope. So we document not only inside the clubs, but the lives, the people around it. Like we just shot one of the doctors that did a lot of work for a lot of these girls. So it's really dope. It's coming together.
See, Laura, I knew I was on to something.
What do you mean?
We would, because I don't like strip clubs, and we would go to the club, and Laura would be like, you just gonna stand at the bar
Yeah.
all night and just talk to the bartender? And I'll be like, nah, I'm gonna get my drinks right here and talk to her. She look better than her.
Yeah, the bar.
Laura used to make fun of me.
Because we would go to the bar and he
Yeah.
refuses to give the strippers any money, which is fine. But he would literally just stay at one corner and be like, "Can we walk around? Can we do something?" And he's like, "No, I'm staying
I'm
right
right here.
here."
Look
I'm
at
like,
this.
You
Right.
can't do that
Alright,
no more
fine.
though. The bartenders they the ones making more money than the strippers. So they expect to be showered with the money.
No, I'm
So
a
you got to
tip.
keep moving, but you
No,
got to
ain't
keep
no
moving.
tipping. You better be spending some money.
Nah, y'all wild.
Now you-
That's
Yeah, you just order Ebro. You
You gotta
order
make
one
it
Stay off the
clear
bar
on the
then.
bartender.
Ebro, you can't order one tequila every 35 minutes.
That's
No, I'm gonna
it.
order a lot of tequilas.
Really?
Maybe even get a bottle.
You can keep your
Maybe.
$20 tip.
Depending on what kind of
What's
tequila
the
you got.
tip? What's the tip? $20?
like,
Nah,
no.
That's a lot. That's saying.
Honestly, I was
I'm
giving
gonna
him a
tell you
little
the
extra $5.
We'll find out who Ebro. We'll find out who Ebro really is. He's never tipped $20 in his life.
Nah, these girls are making thousands of dollars.
Not from me.
Ebro,
I'm just
real
saying.
quick, be honest.
Not
Let's have
from
a real
you.
moment.
Yes.
We're all real people.
All right.
We're all friends.
All right.
You go to the bar,
Yes.
hot bartender, whatever. You're
Okay.
chatting. You order a beverage.
Yes.
Total is $14.50.
Yes.
What are you giving?
$5.
So you're giving a 20.
Yeah.
Let's say here's 20.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
$5.
What if the
$5
drink was
a tip.
$11.50?
Still giving
Sold
$5.
Right, 15. So you all right,
This is all
give me
right.
5 back.
Five.
Give me 5
He's
back.
like,
I'm
hold on,
still
let me
giving
get
$5.
four
It's just
singles back.
All right.
Give him $5.
I'm on the same page. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah, that ain't happening.
Wait, for one drink, I gotta give how much?
Yeah, what would be, Maino, what are
might
people
get
doing?
removed
What's
from the bar.
appropriate?
Wait,
They ask you to leave the
first
bar.
time
What
out.
is
First time out.
appropriate?
What the fuck y'all got at the bar? Because don't have me walk up to the bar and all y'all got is fucking B-level alcohol.
See, this is
Because
what
you're
I'm
not
trying
getting a
to
big
tell
tip
you.
unless you got top shelf.
This
But
is
I
what
need
I'm
to
saying.
walk in there. I need to see the best of the
Ebro,
best.
Ebro.
It doesn't matter what's there. You're still
Ebro.
not giving more than
It's
that
not
5.
No, now if I spend
not
$100,
But you're not spending $100.
I would spend $100.
On what?
It depends. I mean, look, a 1942 Don Julio's gonna cost you at some places $40.
You're the guy that they don't want at the bar.
For one drink.
You're
And
the
I'll
guy
tell you
that
what,
they
then you
don't
get
want at
50.
the bar.
Then you get 50.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you get 10. That's normal. By the way, he's right.
Yeah, of course he's
People
right.
going too
Like,
far.
in
Yeah,
a
right.
regular bar,
But that's not what this is.
not in what I'm not in Lust or any one of these urban strip clubs. You're the guy that they don't want at the bar.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's. We need to film this. Let's film this.
This is a real
Let's
moment.
film this. We're gonna go. All right.
Right.
I wanna be the person who learns how to do it right. So I'm gonna go with you in there, and you go.
They want all right. They're gonna want you to get some stacks of ones.
How many?
I mean, you should a clip at least 500.
Wait.
500.
At least
Bartender's dancing too.
This
I'm
is the
giving
bart-
you 500.
This
What
is-
am I getting?
This is the culture.
A drink.
You're not getting nothing. You're not even getting a lap dance. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what makes the story so good.
Yo, hit him with the
This is
congratulations.
what I'm trying to tell you.
But it's happening, and
This is
Maino's
what I'm trying to-
documenting the whole
This is what
thing.
I'm no,
You played yourself.
no.
No, Ebro.
You not
don't
even rubbing your
understand.
titties on me?
Whoa.
You don't even understand. This is what makes it so big because you don't understand is the culture. Dudes go to the bar and spend thousands of dollars, not just tipping, but just making it rain on the bartender. So
I've seen this.
It's really but it's huge though.
Yeah.
It's huge. So I'm not doing it in a way where I'm trying to put the girls down and all that. We just documenting their
Yeah,
story.
just learning. It's
We
learning.
just learning.
It's learning.
And
Right.
educating people that don't really understand it.
You just
because-
found it interesting because you just saw it and found
because
it
I'm
fascinating.
seeing it.
But at the end of the
change.
day, it's
not
like
I'm
you
dance
can't
seeing
bring
it
the girls
change. I'm
down.
watching. First of all, this hustle didn't even exist.
Right.
Before 2012, we talking about when starlets opened up and then they started to, promote.
That was the star tenders in the.
Exactly. So
There we
that
go.
was the template.
Right, the star
so
tenders.
star tenders is the template for what I'm talking
That
about.
was tatted up. Holly and
Tatted up Holly.
No, that was
different one, Ebro.
Bernice
Damn.
Burgos.
Bernice. Yeah, she's
Jenny Romero. That was the
Okay,
original.
all right, all right.
Gracie, the original star tender. So they was like
legends
kinda,
in the game.
Some of them still there, right?
Okay.
But that's where the game started at, and then it just kind of ballooned around the city. So now the clubs open. If you look at the way New York City strip clubs is built, they built bar based. Basically,
Yeah.
the bar is the focal point, in the pole, in the
the
stage
strippers is up
is
there.
in the
Yeah,
middle.
is in the middle.
right? So when you go to like Magic City or KOD down in the South, and you go to these places, the bars are non-factor. So New York City strip clubs is just totally different everywhere. You know what I mean? Just even from the way they built. So it's just interesting when you
So let's
see
get
it.
back to this economic part, though.
Yeah.
I want to learn here. So I'm walking up, and I'm already investing.
You're not gonna get it because it's not your thing, right? So you.
I just want to hear the sheer numbers.
Ebro,
I wanna
it's
hear
about
numbers.
showing
I got these girls
off,
talking about how they
too.
make. They making money, man.
Wait,
God.
what's the
It's
problem?
about showing off. Like
Yeah.
you got it like that you can do it. It's all about.
I wanted to
learn?
understand
Wow.
that. Let me
Show.
tell you. I wanted to understand that, right? So I asked the girl, like, what makes a dude, come sit at the bar? He's not taking you home. He can't even touch you, right? What makes him spend thousands of dollars at the bar? It's like it's a male ego thing, and they selling fantasy because basically, if the dude across the bar is throwing money and you sitting here like, you're gonna want to impress that girl. These girls in your mind are popular. These girls got hundreds of thousands of followers, some in the millions. You're gonna sit at the bar and what, scratch your head? No, that's not. That's not what happens.
Y'all niggas out there is doofuses, my
Nah,
nigga. Y'all niggas
it's-
is
it's-
nerds.
it's just
my
So
what
nigga.
it
okay,
is.
look, Maino. So
You
this is a
niggas is
full documentary, right?
dorks.
So you're
Yeah.
interviewing everyone,
Yeah,
all the
everybody.
different moving parts.
Yeah, different moving
So
parts.
are you also documenting the good and the bad?
Everything. I'm documenting everything. I got girls on there talking about their stories, break down and start crying. I'm documenting them not only just in the club but outside the club. You understand? Because
Right.
we really going in. We really going. I'm talking to owners, promoters, everybody that's involved in the culture, DJs, people, because it really is a culture. Ebro doesn't really understand because he's not a part of it.
Well, that's
right?
why the
Do they
documentary
spin
is
the
for
bottles
him.
or anything?
Oh,
Do they make any special
Tap the
drinks?
bottles with the cap?
No
Do they
special
like,
thing.
what's the movie
No,
with Tom
no, no.
Cruise where
Cocktail. You're looking for a cocktail situation.
You looking for Coyote Ugly?
You know what I
right?
mean?
Nah,
Throw it out of the bag.
it's not that.
No.
I'm
It's not
impressing
that.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
She throw it to the
nah.
other one spit on her. You know what I'm saying? They don't know no tricks.
When is
Nah.
this coming out, Maino?
We still shooting,
Okay.
so you know it's a situation where it takes time. Like when
Right.
when you really want to get into a story, like because I love documentaries. I go to Netflix and I go to the documentary section. So we've been shooting all summer. I think I got about another 2-3 months to finish shooting, and we good.
What's the name of the doc?
It's called
You
dollar.
niggas is dorks.
Nah, $1 at a time.
I don't know if that would get to the audience.
We
in
not
terms
gonna,
think
it's
I
not
would do
about.
good.
It's not. See, but here's the thing. It's not
All
about.
right, I'll stop
it's not
bartender
about
shaming.
Nah, it's not about.
It's not
that.
about the dudes though.
It's not
It's
right.
about the girls, so
right.
it doesn't matter.
Oh, I love the girls. The hustle's great.
The hustle is
It
great,
is.
but I can't put the dudes down neither because it's like
They're funding
it
the
don't work.
economy.
Right,
It's helping
not-
the economy.
It is what it is, though. Even from when you're a rapper and you get booked at these places, it's like the energy in the club when it's going on is crazy. So it's all a revolving circle.
Yeah.
So it's called $1 at a time. We getting busy
$1
I'm
at a
interested.
time.
because that's what the hustle
I
is.
like it.
The hustle is $1 at a time. So.
I'll watch it. I'll
Yeah.
definitely
He's
watch
interviewing
it.
some of the
interesting.
doctors that do the work on the girls. You touching all that illegal surgery and how some of these
talking
girls
about
lose their
all that,
lives.
but we talking about that. Like
Yeah.
like it's this guy, what's Dr. Shaheen, right? Shaheen. He did a lot of, locally famous girls in the city, and we talking about that. About how he sculpts. A lot of girls want to do fat transfers and Brazilian butt lifts and stuff like that, and how it helps their self-esteem. I interviewed a girl who was young, bartending, and told me straight up that was the first thing she wanted to do is as soon as she graduated high school, run and get her body done so that she could become a bartender.
I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute.
It's crazy.
And y'all gonna all you
It breaks my
motherfuckers in the
heart.
comments talking about I'm hating. I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute.
Crazy. It's
That
crazy.
was somebody's life aspiration.
Right.
It is. Listen.
Y'all not gonna give me the cosign.
Listen,
Look,
it's
I
not
love
about
y'all niggas. I love
co-signing.
y'all. I love y'all.
It's about understanding it. Like it is what it is. It is what it is. I didn't make that. We didn't make that.
No
it is
facts.
What it is.
What,
No,
what
you're
you're
saying-
saying is
you're saying
facts.
what's
And look,
happening.
I
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate
It is what it
your
is.
Yeah.
journalistic
Yeah.
integrity in going in and covering this culture
Well,
and
listen.
capturing people in their natural habitat and bringing that to the rest
Yeah,
of us
it's
out
real.
here. And
Mano is willing to brave
real.
late nights at the bar
Talk about
with
it.
scantily clad women
Talk about
with
it.
big asses.
Yes.
Mano was willing to go in there and
Yeah.
stand next to
It's
them.
fucking jungle.
Oh yeah, get
it's
close,
like being
get
in
close,
the
do whatever
fucking
it took.
It's like the goddamn crocodile hunter. Like I'm in there.
You're
like
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, exactly.
And you gotta be careful. You know what
Gotta
happened to
be
Steve
careful.
Irwin.
Exactly.
Don't go out like that.
Yeah, I'm
Bitch
not.
stab you in the
I'm
chest with her
telling you.
stiletto.
And it's
Yo.
over. It's
Right
over for me.
temptation.
It's real.
So and that brings us back to party and pain because that's basically what you're covering. You're covering the party and the pain of
yeah,
these
because that's what
surgeries.
life is. Ups and downs.
Surgeries. That is not what he meant.
No,
It
but-
might be.
No, but that's a whole nother aspect. They talk about that too. But I mean, that's what life is: ups, downs, triumphs. Failure, success, winning. Like it's life is rocky like that. We move forward. We get set back, but we
Yeah.
keep pushing.
You allegedly, according to BET.com, spit on a woman in a hotel. and
Never
things
heard
got
nothing
ugly.
like that.
What?
Never.
This
Never.
is in August
Never.
2017.
Nonsense. We deflect nonsense. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then I watched you on Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden, and you had some good articulation over, I was giving 50 a hard time, have been for
Right.
years, about him becoming this entity that kind of pulled New York apart at the
Right.
seams and made an atmosphere that
Right.
made it. Some of our biggest rap artists at the time didn't all want to work together
Right.
at a time where the music scene was changing. Other regions were getting hot,
Right.
and our biggest artists at the time, we had pop stars at the time, did not collaborate, put out records, and uplift new artists. He blames
Right.
me.
I ain't really blame none of y'all because I just felt like the culture was changing. It was a shift in the culture. The South was coming up. It wasn't gonna be stopped. So with that being said, and I don't think we protected our sound. I don't think we preserved it at all. Like when you go to the Bay, that sound is preserved. Like
The hyphy sound.
You understand?
Yeah, the
To
heavy
this
bass
day,
sound, yeah.
you know it when you hear it.
Yeah.
We didn't preserve it. I don't think we got rap gods here. This is New York City. This is the city where DJs are stars. So I don't think we protected our our sound and our culture, so that, like I was saying, you got younger artists that came up that was influenced by like Houston or Atlanta, and could you blame them, really?
This is Maino. We are so simpatico, and I literally said
I'm the one that came with the phrase "blame Ebro."
That's a fact. I remember that very well.
I
And it's a fun phrase, but
I monetized it.
but it really
I
should be
feel like
blame everyone. It really should be blame everyone because it was a lot of people, artists, DJs, and labels, programmers. It was everybody being scared and honestly not having a full backbone and willing to see this thing through.
Right.
People started chasing.
Right.
And I understand it. When you start taking some L's, sometimes people start chasing.
And by the way, the money was funny too, right? Remember, the CDs weren't selling, music wasn't selling.
No, people panicked. I get it.
All that was changing, and then so now from the label standpoint, they not making the money that they used to make. So then when they not making the music they used to make, then what happens? They not gonna spend the money that they used to spend. So all of the departments and stuff like that started to get smaller and smaller. The budget started getting smaller and smaller. Now they looking for artists in other regions and stuff like that. So it's a number of things. So I don't blame no one man.
I've heard rumors, and you tell me if you think it's true, that in the current state of where the many labels are, they don't want to work with New York artists because their offices are here, and they don't want to feel like they got to deal with all the streets of New York on their steps.
No, I never heard nothing like that. Maybe that's like something being said in the confines of, maybe in them labels. I don't know. I'm an artist, so I don't think that they probably would share that with me.
Yeah, they're not gonna tell you that.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, what movie was the joint with you and Swizz and I feel like was that in Sing?
Yeah, I was in Sing.
That was I'm sitting around watching
Yeah.
animated movies with Issa. I think I might win away $1 million bucks.
Yeah.
Super Bowl commercial too, bro. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. Started right here.
That's right. Yeah, I remember.
That's a big
He
deal.
had 3 smash hits off that album.
Maino's on Hot 97.
Right.
Maino, Party and Pain just dropped October 27th or October 17th. What's the biggest record on here for the people?
And we got a lot of good joints. The God Bless with Fat Joe was dope.
Yo, Fat Joe, man, just continues consistent, right?
Yeah, inspirational. Like, dude, they've been in the game since, 92, 93, so you got to salute that and still relevant right now, so that you always a record away. You know what I mean? As long as you keep pushing. So that for anybody, whether you new or you've been in the game for 10, 15, so it don't matter. So as long as you keep pushing, Got a joint with Dave East.
Dave East is such a promising artist, man.
Dope, yeah. So we got a couple of joints.
Let's play that Fat Joe thing, man. Party and Pain, pick it up. Y'all give it up for Maino.
Maino!
Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Brooklyn.